Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing another fragrance video talking about some of my favorites for the springtime. I like to switch it up every season, so I want to update you guys on the fragrances I've been wearing recently. I have a bunch of new ones that I haven't shared with you guys yet that I want to talk to you about and tell you my thoughts and give you my descriptions because you guys seem to love my descriptions because they're not very fancy. If you're new here, I'm not very fancy. I say it like it is, and I tell it like it is. I smell it like it is. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin. And we're going to start with the newer fragrances. So when I say new, I usually mean new to me. I don't think there's a few here that are new to the market, but mostly when I say that, I mean new to me. So where do we begin? So let's start with one that I made a TikTok about. I am on TikTok now. I know I'm late, but I'm trying to get out there. So this one I mentioned on TikTok, and I really have been loving this. And I also bought a fragrance during the Sephora sale that smells very, very similar. That's a little bit more affordable. So I'm going to mention both of those. Anyways, I was raving about this one that I picked up from the Armani Prive line. I love this line. It is like the higher end version of Armani fragrance. And so this one is called Tay Yulong. And this is like the limited edition version that comes in this special bottle, and the juice is like this iridescence, which it doesn't smell any different than the one in the other package, FYI, if you can't find this one. But it's called Tay Yulong, and this is the most beautiful citrus tea-based fragrance. And prior to owning this, I have never had a tea-based fragrance in my life. And I didn't know what I was missing. I love how this smells. If you've ever had tea or smelled like a tea bag, that sounds gross, you know that tea is very aromatic. It has like this herbally quality to it, and it just adds a lot of depth to an otherwise kind of just boring citrus scent. So I really love the citrus and tea combination. I believe this has green and black tea notes in there. It also has vetiver in it, so it has kind of like this smoky quality at the base, not anything like crazy or like cigarette smoke or anything like that, but if you like vetiver, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it is so nice. I love this combination, and so I had this and I've been loving it. And then during the Sephora sale, I picked up a fragrance, and as soon as I sprayed it, it reminded me of something. And then I looked at the notes, and this is also a citrus and tea based fragrance. So if you don't want to splurge for the Armani, or if you can't find this, another really similar option is from REPLICA. So I have this little mini guy. I love the minis that they sell. They're so adorable. And this is Under the Lemon Trees. So this one is a little bit more aggressive on the citrus side, but it still has a very similar dry down. It has a citrusy tea dry down, and I think it's really, really pretty. The opening of this can kind of be a little scary. It goes a little bit lemon pledge furniture cleaner at first, but the dry down is really nice. And if you happen to like the dry down of that, definitely check this one out. This one has better longevity for me, and this one is just a little bit deeper and sweeter than this one. But if you are into citrusy tea fragrances, or if you want to be, either of these are going to be amazing. And for the notes of these, if you were wondering, are mandarin orange, petitgrain, cardamom, jasmine, orange blossom, green tea, black tea, ambrette, iris, and vetiver. And the REPLICA one is lime, petitgrain, cardamom, green tea, mate, coriander, white musk, cedar, and rock rose. So the notes are not identical, but they are a very similar scent profile. So next, let's talk about a new release from Tom Ford that I've been loving. This I ordered, and I really did not expect it to smell like this, but I ended up really enjoying it. So this is Tom Ford's Rose d'Amalfi. And so based on the name and the description on the website, Rose d'Amalfi, you're thinking like Amalfi Coast, and the notes read kind of citrusy rose. I thought this was going to be a super fresh, kind of maybe summery smell, but it's very opposite of that. I get a very sweet, like candied rose. Like this is very sweet. I probably wouldn't wear this in the summertime, but for spring it's really nice. And it does have that rose in it. You definitely pick that up, but it's not like a fresh picked rose or a garden of roses, nothing like that. It pretty much smells like if rose were a candy that you could eat, it would be this. So it's really nice, and I don't have anything that really smells like this. And so if you like sweeter scents and you like rose, I think you would really like this. Or if you're not a huge rose person, you just like sweet scents, you might like this as well. So the notes are pink pepper, bergamot, Indian mandarin, rose, heliotrope, and almond. So yeah, you definitely get the rose. You get a little bit of the citrus in the opening, but I don't really pick up on it a whole lot. And it is a little bit powdery, so you'll get that from the almond. So I would say a sweet, powdery, candied rose. Really pretty though. Then next we have one from Richter, that's not his name. Who's Richter? Anyways, next we have one from VIKTOR and ROLF. This is Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid, and this is their newest Flower Bomb flanker. And so I'll be honest, the original Flower Bomb didn't love to wear. I have a candle that smells just like Flower Bomb, the original, which I love to smell in my house, but to wear it physically, it was just always too much going on, a little bit overpowering, and I felt like I just didn't love it on me. But anyways, this is a really nice, fruity, sweet vanilla version of Flower Bomb. I believe they removed the patchouli from the original Flower Bomb, which I think was throwing me off. It was just feeling very heavy and dense and just not wearable for me. So this doesn't have the patchouli in there. It's a very fruity, it is sweet. It almost gives me kind of like a fruit punch vibe. I believe it's a peach note, but I'm getting kind of like a fruit punch, like Hawaiian Punch meets Flower Bomb minus patchouli. And it's really pretty. I like this. I think this is great for the springtime. I think this would be great for a spring night or a date night. It's very playful, it's fruity, and I really like it. I like the vanilla in this. I like vanilla in pretty much everything, but this is really nice. And this is my favorite version of Flower Bomb. They have a bunch of other flankers. None of those really did it for me, but I actually really like this. The only thing I don't like is the packaging. I don't know. This just looks very Victoria's Secret to me, but the juice I really like, and I've been reaching for this quite a bit recently. And the notes for this, it says peach, vine, orchid, and vanilla bean. So it seems like there's definitely more notes in there than what they're saying on Fragrantica, but take that for what it is. I think it smells great. So next we have probably the newest fragrance in my collection. I just got this last week based on a few recommendations, and this one is definitely more expensive than some of the others that I'm talking about today, but I wanted to give it a try. So this is my first from this brand, which is NIHILO, and the fragrance is called Fleur Narcotique, or Narcotique, something like that. And this is a really beautiful floral fragrance. I think this is perfect for springtime, or like a perfect signature scent for someone. It's just a really nicely blended floral. So when I smell this, it's really hard for me to pick out a lot of specific notes. Like, it doesn't smell like anything super strongly in particular to me, but it smells good. It's a very nice, sweet floral with a bit of muskiness to it, but I can't pick out what floral it is on my own. Like, my nose is like not that sophisticated or whatever, but it smells really good. And let's figure out what the notes actually are. I can't remember. I just bought this because people told me to buy it. So let's spray it again so I can get the vibe. Yeah, I have no idea what the florals are in this. I definitely get like fruitiness in the opening, but I have no idea what the florals are. So the notes are lychee, bergamot, and peach, peony, orange blossom, jasmine, petalia, musk, moss, and woody notes. Okay, so I think I can definitely get the jasmine and the orange blossom and the fruitiness in the opening, but it's very well blended. I can't really pick anything out, but it's really nice. And how I would describe this is somewhere between Delina and like a Dolce & Gabbana, like the muskiness that's in Dolce & Gabbana mixed with the fruity floralness of Delina because Delina does have that lychee and the peony in there as well. So if you kind of like both of those scents and you kind of mix them together, you'd get something like this, which is really, really nice. And I like it a lot. It's definitely more feminine than a lot of the fragrances that I wear, but it's really pretty. And I think a lot of people would like this. So next we have two fragrances that definitely kind of border on spring, summer vibes to me. But I wanted to recommend them to you guys because I have been reaching for them and I love both. And this one I actually was recommending during the Sephora sale on Instagram, and I never spoke about it, so I feel like it's time. So this is from Kilian. This is Moonlight in Heaven. I believe this is marketed as like a men's or unisex scent. It comes in this deep blue bottle, and this is unlike anything that I own, and I always love that. I love when I smell something and it doesn't remind me of any other fragrance that I've ever tried. But it does remind me of something in life and is definitely giving me a nostalgic vibe anytime I smell this. So this fragrance right here, it opens very kind of green, and I don't love the opening. The opening might throw you off and you might be like, oh, I don't like that. But you have to get past the opening. The opening is, I don't even know what the opening is. Let's smell it again. But the opening... yeah, there's like a bitterness in the opening, and it has a pretty strong mango note. But the mango note in this is kind of like a mango that's not ripe yet. So most mango fragrances are very sweet, and this one is more of like a green mango, not quite there yet, which I like. But in the opening, it's like mixed with something that kind of gives it a weird vibe. But let it dry down. And this then has a rice note. And so I don't know if you've ever, I mean, most people have had rice in life, but when you're making rice, it gives off this starchy quality to it and kind of like this sticky, starchy feel. And I feel like you can feel that when you're smelling this. And to me, it's very nostalgic because I am a quarter Asian, and growing up, we've had lots of rice. And something about this reminds me of going to my grandma's house and just smelling all of the smells somehow just brings me to this. I don't know what it is, but it gives off this kind of starchy, sticky, milky, creamy rice factor mixed with the mango. It definitely gives you some sort of Asian vibe to it. So if you're Asian, maybe try this. I don't know if you'll feel the same way as me, but I love it. And then in the dry down, it almost gives this really clean dryer sheet vibe. And I know that's going to sound weird and like, why would you want that? But something about it, I don't know. It just works for me. It's all working for me. I don't think this is a safe blind buy, but the more that I wear it, every time I wear it, I like it more. The name kind of makes it sound like it would be like Moonlight in Heaven, like that's a special occasion, but it's actually a very clean, casual, everyday type of scent that I love. So don't think everyone will love this, but I really do, and I had to mention it in this video. So the notes of this are grapefruit, pink pepper, lemon. And thinking the grapefruit and the pink pepper in the beginning is what throws me off. But anyways, then you have mango, coconut, rice, vetiver, and tonka bean. So yeah. All those mixed together is just very nostalgic for me. So then next we have a new flanker of Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. I picked this up during the Sephora sale, and I love Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Intense. That's like my number one that got me going into like the flankers. Like I have pretty much all the flankers, and this one I love. It's no exception. It's just another favorite of mine that I had to share with you guys. This is Light Blue Italian Love, and I just dropped mine and shattered it, so I don't want to cut my hand open, but this is so nice. It's very similar to all of the other light blues. Like you get that citrusy, you get that musky quality, and it has that same DNA, but this one has a woody quality to it. So it's like Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Intense mixed with sandalwood and woody notes, and I feel like it smells so good. I love the creaminess from the sandalwood paired with the light blue scent that I love. And I think the sandalwood and the woodiness makes it a little bit less like citrus summery, so that's why I wanted to mention it in the spring video. But if you like sandalwood and you've always kind of liked Dolce & Gabbana light blue, I think you would really like this. It has just a really nice dry down to it that has a little something extra, a little more depth, and it's really pretty. So the notes are Italian lemon, Granny Smith apple, white rose, jasmine, ambrette, white musk, Virginia cedar, sandalwood, and amber. So really nice take on Dolce & Gabbana light blue, but a little bit deeper. So then we have, how many have I even talked about? I don't know. I feel like I've talked about so many. So next we have an affordable find, and this is from Mixbar, which is available at Target, and Vanilla Bourbon from that line is my favorite. But this one I've been reaching for a lot, and I've actually been reaching for this one and the body spray version as well. I, for some reason, love putting this on before I go to bed. I also wear it during the day, but before bed, for some reason, I'm just like, oh, this is so cozy. I'm obsessed. So this is one of their new ones. It's called Whipped Almond, and I believe these are like 20 bucks at Target. I am obsessed with this and the body spray. To me, this smells like Dr. Pepper. And again, is that weird? Is it weird that I want to smell like Dr. Pepper? Maybe, but I want to smell like Dr. Pepper. I guess it's something new. You learn about yourself every day. The older you get, you learn fun things about yourself. And I learned that I want to smell like Dr. Pepper. So that's the vibe I'm getting from this. If you've ever had Dr. Pepper, I don't think it smells like root beer. I'm thinking Dr. Pepper. There's like a distinct difference between the two. And I'm getting the Doctor. It has a almond note, which almond sometimes comes off as a little bit cherry-ish, which I'm thinking is where I'm getting the Dr. Pepperness. The other notes in here, I believe, are sandalwood and milk. And yeah, I'm just really getting Dr. Pepper. It is sweet. It is like woody. It is like a little spicy. Like, I don't know. What are the spices? What is the recipe of Dr. Pepper? I don't know. But it's very similar to this, and I'm just very addicted to this. The only gripe I have about it is I wish that it was stronger or like more potent. But yeah, the notes of this are almond, sandalwood, and iris, and milk. So put that together, maybe that's a secret recipe. I'm not sure, but this is so cheap. And if you like almond scents, if you like kind of like a cherry, this now makes me want to try Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but I don't know if that's going to be too cherry. Does that smell like Dr. Pepper? Can anyone tell me if there's another scent that smells like Dr. Pepper that's maybe stronger? Is this super springy? I wouldn't really say that, but it's not so heavy that it would be too overpowering to wear in spring or summer even. I just think it has a really nice, yummy factor to it. I think if you like the Sol de Janeiro, the Boom Boom Cream, that smell, that perfume, Cherryosa, or whatever it's called, I think you will like this type of scent. It has that kind of like nutty factor to it and creamy at the same time. It's just, ugh, love it. Next, we have one that's very different and much more expensive, and this is from Armani Prive as well. This is Pivon Suzu, probably incorrect. I believe I mentioned this in my bridal fragrance video. Still stand by that. I did not wear this on my wedding day, but I think this is so beautiful. It is like a peony and rose scent. It's very much a fresh floral. Like, it's a very kind of like uplifting, fresh floral scent. A lot of florals out there I feel like are very heavy or just like too dense or too grandma, but this is very fresh. And I think if you like scents like Bright Crystal from Versace, this is kind of more of like an elevated version. It's really nice. And if you like florals, fresh florals, I think you will really like this. And it's very similar to Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede, but this has way better longevity, and this doesn't have that apple note. I think there's an apple note in the Jo Malone that goes like sour on me. This doesn't have that. This has like a raspberry note in it, and it's just really, really pretty. And the notes are raspberry, pink pepper, mandarin orange, peony, May rose, rose, musk, amber, and patchouli. Next we have one that is from Jo Malone. This is mimosa and cardamom. I will never get tired of the scent. It's just one of my favorite scents in general. Not just as perfume, but the candle. I love my home smelling like this. It's just one of those scents that I just feel like it's so comforting. The first time I talked about this, I feel like I said it smelled like a mom. So just like a warm hug from a mom. My mom never wore this. Mom, please don't go buy this. Because then I feel like if you're watching, it's not that I don't want you to wear this. It's just like I want to keep it for myself. No offense. But anyways, this is just such a comforting, clean, fresh smell, but it's also powdery, but also is kind of creamy from the tonka bean, but also has a nice little spice to it from the cardamom. Those are the only notes: mimosa, cardamom, and tonka bean. So it's very simple, but something about it I just love, and I'm never gonna get tired of this. Like this, I would probably love until I am dead. Like maybe as a grandma, I will also be wearing this. I just hit myself in the face. It's whatever. Love this. Will always love this. I should start singing Whitney Houston, but I will not go there. I will not go there. Then the last one I wanted to mention is like a new one, but it's not. It's kind of like one of those. And it is from Dior. It's Miss Dior's most recent formulation, and it's the 2021 version. So a lot of people hate on this because it doesn't really smell anything like the 2017 version, but I didn't really like that version. I have the version from, it's like 2014 or 2015. This one smells much more similar to that one. So not like exact same, but more similar to that. So this is a really nice fruity floral scent with vanilla at the base. And I don't know, it's just a classic scent. It's kind of like Coco Mademoiselle, but without the patchouli, with a nice vanilla note, and I just love it. It's just a very classic, classy scent. Again, great for like a bride or like a signature scent. It's just really, really pretty. Like, that's all I can use to describe it, is just like a pretty girl. She's probably wearing a nice cardigan sweater like I am today, but it's classy, it's sweet, it's girly, and I really like this and always recommend this. And every time I wear this and I smell it on clothes later, I'm just like, that's good. That's why I like that. That's why I keep wearing that. So the notes for this are iris, peony, lily of the valley, apricot, rose, peach, vanilla, musk, tonka bean, benzoin, and sandalwood. So there's a lot going on in there, but it's a little powdery, it's a little fruity, it's a little floral, it's a little sweet, and I really like it. So that's gonna wrap up my spring fragrance video. I hope you guys heard some new fragrances that maybe you'll want to try out. Let me know what your favorite fragrance is right now. I'm always, always, always looking to try new fragrances. It's one of my favorite like pastimes. So if you got any recommendations, leave them down below, as long as they're not Baccarat Rouge, because I don't like that one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
A brand called NIHILO. Why? NIHILO. Whenever I can't pronounce something, I literally feel like I'm in 3rd grade. I'm just like staring at this, like NIHILO. Just tell me how to pronounce that.
Consider subscribing for more learning. How do you say it? NIHILO.
Okay. Sorry everyone, I had to really quickly figure out how to pronounce this brand.